Hi everyone, welcome back. It's been a while since I've done any videos, so I thought I'd do an update, let you know what's going on around here. You have to excuse my orange sweatshirt, it's pretty obnoxious, but it is hunting season now, and every so often we get a few people going through here that aren't supposed to be, so I'd rather be safe than become the next target of a deer mistaken identity. I also think I'll send the drone up and get some footage of the foliage from up above, see how that looks. It's a nice sunny day today, so we should get some good color out of it.
Take off.
Right after they cut the corn, there's a lot left over on the ground. So we had a bear come in and snack for a while. One of the guys that goes hunting here sat up in this tree stand and watched it for a while and got some pretty good video footage of it. I did a posting about that a few days ago. You usually don't see the bears around here. Usually they come out at night and we just see whatever damage that they might do. So he must have been stocking up for food for the winter and had no problem coming out during the daytime. They don't usually walk around out here during the summer. The corn just gets in the way, makes it too difficult to walk out into the back of the property. Plus the ticks are something else this year, so usually go out for a walk and you just have to spend a lot of time picking ticks off of you. So it's nice once it gets colder and some of the brush dies down a little bit, you can get out here and walk around out in the woods. So I have some good news and some bad news. Really the good news is for me, a colleague of mine and I have taken on this massive engineering project in the aquaculture field, and we're consuming a lot of time working on it. Hopefully a lot of it will be done by December, but if the project goes well, it could carry us through next year. I really can't go into much detail about it, but it's a pretty big project for us. Not directly associated with anything with aquaponics or what I'm currently doing with the business. We lost this hemlock tree a few years ago, and now the woodpeckers have been picking at it pretty good. These long, oblong-shaped holes are from a pileated woodpecker. They really do some serious damage to some trees once they start to rot out. But it's good to leave these just standing like this and let them rot while standing up, because the ants and other bugs get into that, and then the woodpeckers really like it. So some other good news is our Grow Grip sales have been doing very well. So I'm happy with that. And I just had to order another 1.2 million pieces, so it's a pretty big order. And of course that will put some serious crunch on our cash flow. So along comes our bad news with the project that I'm working on and using up a lot of our free cash to buy the next batch of Grow Grips. I've decided to stop work on the new hoop house, at least through the winter. So there won't be any videos on that for several months now. It's a tough decision to do that, but I don't want to interrupt my sales of the Grow Grips. That would be really bad to stop that from generating cash for us, because that really helps us out a lot. So the greenhouse is on hold. Here's some old beaver activity. This was cut down a couple of years ago. Every so often we see them in here. They try to dam up the brook. In the spring, the rains come in and the brook gets too strong for it and usually washes out their dam. But they can do some pretty serious damage. This is about a 16-inch white oak tree, and they chewed all the bark off the bottom of it, and basically they girdled it, and now the tree is completely dead. But again, it becomes a place for the woodpeckers to live, or squirrels, or other type of wildlife. Up in this little clearing up here. Now this has been here for a long, long time. I've had neighbors that are quite elderly asking me if this little wonder is out here still. I come in and check on it every once in a while. It's basically a colony of mound ants, and they do some pretty serious damage in the area. Basically, they eat all the plants, and you can see there's really no trees growing in here. And they make these massive mounds in the ground, so who knows how big their tunnels are underneath here. Usually you don't see anything like this around here. There's a whole bunch of them, so some of them are quite old, like this one. It's already covered in growth. This is obviously a new one because there's nothing even growing on it. And it's been picked at by various animals too, looking for the ants. It's too cold out today to really see any of them. Oh, here's one. Let's see if we can get it on camera. So there's a couple coming out in the sun. But they're these massive mounds. And every year it seems like they dig a new one and let the old ones die off. This one has a bunch of large scratch marks. I would say this is a bear scratch by the spacing of the fingers. I didn't know the black bears would eat the ants, but maybe there's something they like about them. I think this time of year they'll eat just about anything to store up some winter fat. So that's our little secret out in the woods, is these mound ants. Another thing I wanted to talk about was our YouTube channel and how I've reduced the amount of videos that I've been doing as of late. Many of you that do follow me on Facebook have probably seen some of my complaints about people taking some of my videos and passing them off as their own. One of them being David Avocado Wolf, and he basically took my geodesic dome videos, rehashed them, and republished them as his own, promoting his own product with giving no credit at all. And the second case is WikiHow basically doing the same thing about my minnow trap, crayfish trap video, and scraped a whole bunch of videos from that and posted those on their page. At least they somewhat gave the courtesy of referencing where they got the footage from. Now normally when somebody wants to use some of my footage, they ask permission. It's not too big of a deal. Let them use it as long as they provide me some credit. But these are blatant rip-offs of my work. And I know most of the work I do in aquaponics, it's not proprietary, but it's the footage that I've actually have done. It's no different than somebody doing a painting of something that's already known, and then somebody else making copies of that painting and trying to profit off of that. So it's really a copyright issue that we are dealing with. And with these two particular sites, the videos have gotten nearly 400,000 views, and I would have gotten roughly $3,000 in ad revenue from YouTube with that many views. I mean, it's a substantial number of views. If any of you watch Destin from Smarter Any Day, he's actually had a whole dedicated video to this about people stealing videos and reposting it. And really the only ones that profit from it are Facebook, because the videos are posted on their site along with whoever has grabbed the video and then has links over to their site. So the content creators, the true content creators, really get nothing out of it. What's more disheartening is I did contact a couple attorneys, and they were very gracious with their time. I do appreciate that. I'm not going to name them here. But basically they looked over the YouTube terms of service, and to paraphrase what the terms say is that once you upload the video, you still are the copyright holder. However, YouTube allows anybody that uses YouTube to download and use the video the way that they see fit. So basically I have no legal recourse as to what people are doing once I upload videos to YouTube. So it really took the wind out of my sails with trying to put some good quality content up when somebody else just tries to rip it off and passes it as their own. We've had very little rain this year. The brook is probably the lowest I've ever seen it. But it's still flowing a little bit. So now that I'm done with all my griping about video theft, I guess the end result is that I'll keep doing them. Really isn't much money in it unless you're a massive YouTube star. So it's more of a labor of love. I've mentioned it in the past that for about every minute of these videos, depending on the quality of work I put into it, it can be 1 to 2 hours of post-production time. So they are quite laborious to put them together. And for the ad revenue that I get out of it, I could work at Walmart and make more money at it. But I still enjoy doing it. I don't know if I've ever filmed this before. This is the roots out of a giant hemlock that got blown over in the wind. It's sort of inaccessible, so we can't really get it for firewood or lumber. It's on a pretty steep hill. And we'll just leave it here. But this whole hillside is prone to losing trees like this. There's other spots that have some older ones. Now this one's rotted out a little bit better. This is a good sized tree. This has got to be 20 inches around. And the camera doesn't really pick it up, but all throughout the woods here there are these little holes where the tree used to be, and then where the roots rotted out, it leaves a pile of dirt and rock. So what does the lesser videos mean to my Patreon contributors? First of all, I do really appreciate everybody that contributes on Patreon to help out the channel. A lot of the money that comes in between the ad revenue and the Patreon users, I do use that for the YouTube videos, camera equipment and whatnot. It gets expensive buying equipment, especially when you start dropping it and ruin it when it goes in the water and things like that, which I've done a couple of times. And My Patreon contributors will still hang in there. They only pay by the video. So if I don't post a good quality video, they don't have to pay. So of course I appreciate you hanging on and still supporting the channel once you get the videos up and running again. These trees are usually covered in grapes. We never had a chance to pick them. It's a wild Concord grape. Most of them are gone now. It's actually sort of funny to watch the raccoons eat them because they ferment on the vine, and then the raccoons get drunk and start wobbling around. A lot of people think that they usually have rabies, but most of the time in the fall, it's just a drunken raccoon. I'm not trying to beat a dead horse here, but I'm sort of curious as to everybody's thoughts about my whole YouTube issue. Feel free to leave a comment in the comment section below. Obviously, you know my opinion about it. I sort of give the same analogy, whereas if your kid had spent hours working on a homework project, somebody else decided to make a photocopy of that homework, stick their name on it, and pass it in, get a good grade on it, or could even be a better grade than what your kid got. Do you think that's really fair or ethical? I don't think so. All right, back at the greenhouse site. Nice little walk today. The weather's sort of perfect for it. See, this is the area that we leveled out for the new greenhouse. I do feel bad about putting it on hold, but I still have to make a living doing other work too. So the greenhouse will wait. Clover, Timothy, and alfalfa is finally starting to come in too, which is good. We got a couple of rainstorms, but really low on rain this year. The pad site for the greenhouse is just sitting here. Weeds are starting to grow in there. The plan for the dome this winter will be to keep it running. I may not run it full force like I did last year, so I'll probably keep it a little bit cooler. The outdoor grow bed is done. There's still some salvinia growing in here, but my lettuce got frosted. I didn't bother putting a cover on it again. No time to cover it, so I harvested what I wanted and let the rest of it go. We've had a great raspberry year this year. Done fantastically well. They're delicious. Someday I'll do a video about how we grow these. Well, thanks for watching. We'll see you soon. Or maybe not so soon.